Now, Techies has been buffed at least in 7.23. He's been nerfed slowly in terms of A, B, and C, but it is an interesting time, and we will see how this one plays out. I'm not sure how well versed in Techies he will be, but we'll see as the teams load up. Here comes Topson with his over 12,000 games, and his first match being December of 2011. So, let's see how this one comes out. Of course, the only lane that matters is going to be the mid lane. I don't know what sort of items they even buy out battle. Or what sort of itemization that they go through. But Topson does have his items. The game will start soon. In 1 minute and 15 seconds. Wow, no tangos. He's going right in. So they're kind of... I think Topson is kind of like, what do I play? I'm not entirely sure. This is an interesting build. But Jinkai is actually prepared. He's got 3 mangoes. He's got the circlet. He's going to look to get the null talisman first. And then another mango. So apparently he's been practicing that. But we'll see how that one's going out. Topson saying fun. And let's go, let's go, let's go. So it's going to be about 40 seconds before we actually start. They're looking to stand back to kind of block the creeps. Everything is live, so they can hear you. This will be very, very interesting in terms of what Jinkai ends up pulling off. This is definitely some sort of shenanigans that they've got going on. Trying to throw Topson off guard. So the games are about to start. Got another 15 seconds. Best of luck to all competitors. But at the end of the day, I believe that Topson will be able to pull this one out. What we will see is now game horn starts. The game is about to begin. Starts off with a better block.
The battle begins.
And now it does say Game Asia, but that guy is actually Jinkai, just for the record. Look at Topson with his perfect block. Oh, they both actually, Jinkai's also doing a great job of body blocking. Obviously, you want the creep wave close to your tower. And then maybe you sacrifice... Oh, no, he's not going to let the range creep go in advance. And so he's going to look to pull. And nice little body blocks. But Topson actually let the melee one in first. A slight edge to Radiant. But Topson with the immediate pullback. And his range creep is actually taking a little bit of damage here. It looks like Jinkai has got Suicide up first. Topson, on the other hand, if we're clicking on Topson, yeah, he's got Suicide as well. So he is prepared for this. He's taking a little bit of damage. And this is getting very, very low. If we can look at last hits as well, I think that's going to be the biggest teller. Can we look at last hits, please? Last hits. Okay, so once that's going on, it's going to be the biggest one is going to be... Oh, Topson's taking a lot of damage from these creeps. And he's kind of getting pushed away. Now, mind you, this is the first 2 kills. Oh, the Suicide goes off, and he gets the deny. Okay. Deny on the first one. He was getting a little low, so this is why you don't need regen, because all you do is literally sacrifice yourself. And now, that said, Jinkai is actually up. Okay, if we're looking at last hits, though, we're not really sure which Techies is which. But I'm pretty sure that 3-2 is actually in favor of Jinkai. He's got a salve coming up, and he's got mangoes. Topson with an interesting ploy in the sense that he was getting low, and he went for the Suicide. Just to deny himself. That does not count. Of course, it's not 2 kills. So, it's going to be 4-3. Sorry, I'm having a hard time in terms of which Techies is actually up. I need to see which one gets the deny. 1-2. So, yeah, okay. So, 5-3 to 1-2. This is actually the biggest thing. Topson gets another... Okay, so... Sorry, Topson is actually 6-3 versus the 1-3. So Techies from Topson is actually doing quite well. It's kind of dominating this 7-3 now. First remote mine is being used. Okay, so red is colored. The first Suicide attempt there, he's taking a lot of damage. And he gets silenced up, but Topson is just going right at him. He does have it, and then he drew first blood, and that is going to be a crazy. Wow. Okay, so that's the first 2 guys. I think that he has a lot to offer, a ton of magic damage. One misstep in terms of positioning, and pretty much he will pay for that. He's a high ceiling hero, and he's very, very difficult to, play against, I would say. There's just so much catch, and this is going to be an interesting game in terms of how Topson wants to play this. You saw that there, right? 19-4-7 on his last Void Spirit game, so he is well versed in this. He knows what's going on. So we shall see. As the heroes kind of get loaded up, we have about 90 seconds away from the game 2. Win or lose, the players are going to end up getting a signed t-shirt by Topson himself, as well as a goodie bag by PvP Sports, who will happen to be a sponsor for and running all of this. So a big shout out to them for that. But one thing that's interesting that that Josh has actually brought out is a ward to start. I mean, yes, it is free. Topson, on the other hand, free ward or not, I'm not going to buy any wards. It doesn't really matter, which is an interesting call because, I mean, why not? It's free. You might as well plan it. Make sure that you have the vision. It definitely helps with the high grounds. But Josh is probably kind of just mulling things over. I think he did a little bit of stretching, a little bit of yoga before this game. Just making sure that he's ready for this. While Topson, on the other hand, he pretty much just showed up. He's in his warm-ups. He's just always ready to play Dota. So, 25 seconds. Quelling Blade for both Tangos. Circlet. A little bit of a different strategy by Topson this time. I think he's going to take a little bit more seriously. He does need to represent. But let's see if Josh here can represent Singapore and make the home crowd favorite, so to speak. Appreciate what he's doing, but we'll see.
The battle begins.
So the game's about to start. 2 seconds. Best of luck to both competitors. Body blocks are here. Perfect block so far. Nobody went through last time. Topson did leap or let one of the melee creeps go in first, so he kind of messed up that body block last time. But it looks like this time everything is perfect. Why they do this is they slow it down. Keeping the creeps towards your tower is a huge advantage because there's high ground. There's a lot of mechanical elements of doing that. So a little bit of a better block by Topson. And Topson right now is just going right at him. He's going to go through, but we're going to see a little bit of shield action, steals a little bit of damage, and then obviously he has that shield, keeping going up. What is the... Sorry, can you click on Josh, please? And so Topson right now with a bigger creep wave, he's just kind of pushed through. I think getting level 2 is going to be the biggest thing right now in terms of how they want to do this. Topson is actually level 2 now, slight advantage there. 3-0. In terms of advantage, last hits being all very important. Josh is still in it with 1-9. The biggest thing now moving forward, okay. Now he's got the steal as well. 4-0 versus the 3-1. This is a bit of a wash. So he's still in it. And of course, it's only been about 90 seconds. Okay, first there. But 5-1, 3-1. It's so close. But it's getting kind of pushed through. You just got to make sure you don't take too much damage. I believe that this is Josh's Topson, or Josh's Void Spirit. He doesn't have any Tangos left. He's got a South on the way. Null Talisman as well. The Courier is slowly making its way there. Now, with everybody having a Courier, they're very, very slow. So you need to be, you need to initiate the Courier call very, very soon. Okay, he's getting very slow. He's playing a little bit dangerous. Topson just kind of pressuring and doing as much as he can, making sure that he's getting all the last hits. He's got 9-2, so he has a slight advantage here. And then deny again. But the creep wave is a little bit bigger, but he's just got a little bit more, and so Topson there is going to be at a slight advantage. The 10-3 is a pretty big deal. It denies as well. Getting those range creeps is pretty important. And there we go. Another Tango there, just going to kind of get through, get the high ground, so he's got the vision. But the stun is off the mark. Doesn't have that for Remnant there. Oh, Josh is going to salve up. Josh is going to look to back up, but he does need the last hits at the end of the day. Yeah, you need to heal up, but you need to make sure that you deny as much as possible. Oh my gosh, Topson's getting 16-4. He is just completely dominating at this point. 2 minutes and 50 seconds, and the Courier is being called as well. Topson is on the way. Right under tower. Oh, gets the last hit. Doesn't really matter. 16-4 versus 11-2. Josh is actually doing pretty well. But the creep wave is a little bit bigger by Josh's. Now, mind you, it's going to be the first to 2 kills. The stun, the Remnant is off the mark. First to 2 kills or the tower to go down. So relatively, these games tend to end very, very soon because they're snowballing. You usually die once and that's the end. But they're both 4-4. Oh, okay. Topson, no. has a little bit more mana, which is it's very important in this laning phase. Being up there, he's got the salve up. But this is the way just Topson plays, right? He's very, very dominant in the laning. He's kind of last hit or no. Okay. Like, if you don't have the mana, you don't have the spells, you can't really do anything. You have the Spirit, the Remnants, that's going to block a little bit of zoning, so it's going to be a little bit harder. Another salve is being used up by Josh. The creeps have been pulled off. They're going to be killing some of the range creeps, which is decent, but the range creeps do a lot of damage to the player. So you do need to be a little bit careful in terms of how you want to aggro everything in terms of the lane mechanics. So Josh is taking a lot of damage. He does need to be a little bit careful, but I mean, compared to the last game where it wasn't just Techies like cheese game, Josh is actually doing quite well, especially at this 4 minutes 30-second mark. Topson with just a ton of mana, a ton of life, and he does have a stick as well. Sorry, that is from Josh. With the spamming of the spells, that stick does kind of go up there. The mango, I would be surprised if he doesn't use it soon. I mean, it does have a little bit of health regen. There we go. But he's kind of getting bullied by Topson. So the creeps are just kind of, the next wave is there, it's right in the middle. Topson understanding that his shield is going to last a little bit longer than than Josh's, but Josh actually had to salve up a bit. Topson is there's drip trading. I mean, he's using the aggro of the creeps to his advantage as some of the creeps are hitting both of the players. But Topson is actually 6 first, and he's going to just dive on in, simulate the way. Josh's going to save. He goes for the dive. He gets the remnant, and that's going to be the first kill, and he's going to die there. Topson drawing first blood, and that's going to be the first one. So Josh will be the first to respawn with 7 seconds. He's probably going to TP right back into it. He does have, Topson has 4 null talismans, a Quelling Blade, 2 mangoes there. So he's in a pretty good spot with 34-8 versus the 20-2. To put that into perspective, if you have about 80 last hits in the 10 minutes, and that's in the double the time, obviously that's a perfect lane. Topson is well under his way. He's doing quite well. Oh, he just dived right in. Simulate, just going to keep him alive for a bit. The shield as well. And he's just going to zone away. The catapult is now. He's going to dive in one more time. He's level 6. He's going to take advantage of that one more time. And Josh doesn't look like he has anywhere to go with the remnant pulling him through. He's getting very, very low. He sticks up. The shield is going to save him for a little bit, but Topson doesn't care. He's going to look to dive. He's going to right-click. The shield, the salve is going to keep him up. Topson's going really, really deep. He's getting very, very low. Josh is being saved. Oh, he dives in. He's got level 6, and he's coming through, and he gets the play. And Josh, with the outplay, gets a radiant victory. Very well played. Wow. Farhan and Topson right now, as we get into this game, we're going to see how things turn out. Of course, if you're new to this is not how normally Dota is played. This is a 1v1. First to 2 kills, or you take the T1 tower. It's very fast in terms of the game style. You make one mistake, you're pretty much just dead, right? Losing the first death is probably the most important. Giving up first blood, there's a lot of gold that swings out. One thing that we saw in the last game was Topson was actually destroying in terms of the last hits, but he made a risky play when he hit level 6, and he paid for it. And Josh ended up pulling out the victory because of that. Nonetheless, this is all for fun. This is a great time. Obviously, the players here, they had the opportunity to play against Topson. It's not something they can get to do every day. Not everyone is 8K, 9K, and or at a TI to be able to play up against Topson. But we shall see how this one turns out. Topson here with the unconventional, no tango, no regen, whatnot. He's just going to go all in for this one. So he's probably going to just bury in a lot. He's got the Orb of Venom as well, and the Slippers. So he's looking to go. If we're looking at Farhan, we're looking at his hero, Farhan. We'll see exactly which sort of build they want to go. I think Farhan is probably going to go with a more conventional build, but we'll see how this one goes. I think the Orb of Venom is pretty important, especially early. You can start throwing out those daggers, kind of slow him down a little bit. Hopefully we also see Topson play a little bit safer. He was very, very, very risky in the sense that he hit 6 on Void Spirit, which is a huge power spike for him. But he did end up paying for that. So, 10 seconds away. Best of luck to both competitors, Farhan and Topson, of course. So, the game's about to start, and we're going to see a body block to start this game. So, Farhan here, Jinkai, nice. That is Farhan though. He does have a ward, a stick. He understands that there's probably be some dagger spamming. He does a fairy fire and a mango and a quelling blade, which is very interesting. That Topson didn't really get the quelling blade. I feel like that's a little bit more, it'll help you out. I mean, obviously the orb is there to just do a little bit more damage, but it's right under tower, so he just blinked right on in. He doesn't really care. The orb of venom is going to do a lot of damage. Fairy fire already being used, so it's going to take away some of the damage for that health now. Oh, and Topson does not care. He's going right for it because he realizes that seeing him under tower, oh, look at how many creeps are there. He's doing so much damage. He needs to run away. Farhan taking a lot of damage. And so that was actually the power of having that body block perfectly under tower. Because, yes, you're giving up a lot of XP, but the thing is that you have more creeps and then you can be more aggressive. The creeps will then attack Farhan, which is very, very low at this point. He's at about 175, 50. He's the second fairy fire there. Topson just kind of completely dominating this one. I mean, if we're looking at buyback status, which is not really fired, and then another swing, and there we go, the blink strike. Oh, but the fade away, and he gets it, and then dagger, that's going to be the first blood, and he goes down as well. So that's 1-1. But that's, yeah, that's the way you want to play it, right? You had, this is the Orb of Venom, you have the Wraith Man, you have, in terms of XP, also, you have more gold, you have a lot more. So you're in a better position to win. You just need to be a little bit more careful. Farhan TPing in now. He's going to get in. Topson, on the other hand, is already there. The courier from Farhan is already in position to just kind of make that delivery. Unlike DHL, he's going to not leave everything at your doorstep. Oh, but he blinks on in. Topson just goes right through. Doesn't really matter, but he's taking a lot of damage from these range creeps that are there. But Topson is now just going to tango up. Playing a little bit. He's got a slight advantage, 3-2, but he does not really care. He's going straight for Farhan. Farhan, on the other hand, is still going for creeps, but when he's getting attacked, he does get blinked on one more time. Another dagger there, and Topson just 3-2, 8-4. Oh my gosh, he blinked right one more time into Farhan, who just kind of had to walk away. He cannot really walk very fast because the Orb of Venom does so much work. And I mean, Topson is almost full, right? He is like destroying. The salve is going to be used up. I think you can use the dagger to kind of cancel that. Oh, he blinked on through right underneath the tower. He does need to be a little bit careful. I mean, he's 4 to level 2, right? But unless Topson makes a disastrous mistake, I think that Topson has got this another dagger one more time. Doesn't matter if you have a stick or not. But with his 4-2, I mean, you don't even have force, like, the skills. Oh, he blinks one more time. He's using he's taking a little bit of damage now. His blinks through. So he fades away, so it's a little bit harder and to attack him and to focus him down. But Topson is taking a little bit of tower damage. He's got to work on the aggro of the tower. He does need to be a little bit careful. The next death is the winner, so it's like a sudden death in that sense. Topson up 11-7 versus the 2-0 of Farhan. The daggers are coming through. Let's get the last hit, and now the creeps. Oh, he's going to pull this away. The range creeps are doing a lot of work. The Topson is actually he's tanking these 4 creeps here, and he's taking a lot of damage. The dagger as well. He does need to be a little bit careful. He's taking unnecessary damage. Okay, he's going to let it go. The creeps are coming through. Now the dagger as well, but he's only level 3 versus the level 2 dagger. Pops in there. Oh, he gets the courier. Nope. Oh, the tower. Oh, he uses the aggro. He doesn't have any way to heal. I think he needs to walk all the way around. They're so very low. Topson does have mana for probably about 1 more dagger or so. He does have a... Oh, now he's going to salve up. Farhan is going to just kind of move this one into position. Topson, on the other hand, does get his courier as well. He does have a salve on the way, or being used. And yes, he cannot be seen, so he's going to look to turn this. The range creeps are not looking at him because he's using perfect aggro mechanics. And he's looking to turn this, but now the interesting thing is that it's 5-4. Oh, the blink in by very aggressive by Farhan. He's getting dodged a couple times, but he is seen. It's not very long. Topson with a dagger and the kill. And that will be the first win for Farhan, or sorry, for Topson there. Very well played there. I think that was kind of just PA at its finest, right? Making sure understanding how you play the lane, especially in a PA versus PA matchup. Just throw out those daggers. The creeps don't actually aggro onto you.